Terry, there has obviously been a big push in the industry in recent years towards cloud-based video surveillance offerings. What do you believe have been the biggest growth drivers for this segment of the market thus far, and what is going to continue to spur increased adoption of cloud solutions moving forward?
I think the biggest drive towards cloud is that all these companies, Fortune 500, especially 1,000 companies, for a long time have been moving their processes to the cloud. Their software applications, from accounting, management software, all of these things are cloud-based. I think really the video surveillance industry is probably, and the security industry in general, is probably one of the last industries to really move them to the cloud. For years there's been talk about cloud-based storage and things of that nature on a small scale, but enterprise customers are actually asking us about moving things to the cloud. You know, you have end user customers that have 1,000 locations. They don't want to have 1,000 video management servers sitting in every closet in every building, running all these applications and having to manage all of that data. So cloud is just inevitable, and people who ignore that will do so to their own peril.
And while many of the adopters of cloud surveillance have thus far been small and mid-sized businesses, a lot of enterprises that you speak of have yet to make the transition and remain mostly on-premise deployments. Do you expect this to change in the future, and what will drive large-scale enterprises to the cloud?
Yes, I do expect it to change, Joel. I think that as the availability of high-speed bandwidth becomes more and more prevalent, you know, they're just releasing 5G technology in the wireless world. And as the availability of high-speed bandwidth pipes becomes available, then enterprises are naturally going to want to deploy their video surveillance and video management of those surveillance cameras, obviously in the cloud. We will still deploy, integrators will still be deploying cameras on site, hooking those to network switches, but then those enterprises are already using secure VPN connections to cloud-based services, whether it's Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure. They're already subscribing to these cloud-based services, and it's only natural that they move video surveillance into that same space where things are managed and maintained properly. It just not only makes logical sense, but it makes economic sense for these enterprise customers to look to do that.
Terry, what are Geutebruck's plans in the way of cloud-based products, and what will differentiate your solutions from others on the market?
You know, it's funny you ask that, because people who just now start thinking about moving things to the cloud are already late to the game. You know, in our industry, someone kind of compared it to the automobile industry. The cars we will see 5 years from now are being built today. And the same thing here. For years, Geutebruck has been moving to develop its software platform to make it more applicable to cloud-based deployment, so that we can literally put the software in the cloud. You acquire a license as you would for a server-based system in your facility, and you turn it on, so to speak. I think that as these services become more accessible and obtainable, and as I mentioned earlier, as the availability of secure bandwidth, I will give you an example. We have government customers today using their version of a private cloud. It's called a federal cloud. So in the federal government, they're already using cloud-based services, even in the security space. So that's going to become more prevalent for all enterprise customers in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.